Hey YouTube, it's your boy Mizuki back with another video, and in today's video, as y'all already know, we're going to be discussing reasons on why QUINCYs are the best race. Note that I'm not going to be talking about QUINCY cards, although if we do add QUINCY cards, it just makes QUINCYs all the more OP. But in today's video, I simply want to slice up the video into different segments, such as basic overall info, why I don't appreciate other races, and clan/shrift/volt standing moves that cap off why this race is the best. Of course, I'm quite a veteran of the QUINCY race myself. Note that I have progressed as all the other races, including Fullbringer, so I know everything there is to know about all the other races of Peroxide, and this info is legit as hell. But anyways, without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Now right off the bat, for those of y'all that don't know what QUINCYs are, I'm just kidding. I'm assuming that by this point y'all know that QUINCYs are basically OP archers of Bleach. But right away, starting off with the basic overall info. Now the reason why QUINCYs are the best race of Peroxide is for many reasons. For example, certain races such as Soul Reaper and Arankars have debuffs that actually harm the player and take away his perks, which we'll get into later. But QUINCY overall is the speediest and most sane progression of all Peroxide races. All you gotta do is upgrade your bow and ask a couple NPCs a couple questions. Whereas with Hollows, you gotta progress, reach certain points, kill specific NPCs. If you don't, you reset. You also gotta debate whether you should end your progression early or not. And if you do, for example, become a Menoscar after all the hard work you put in, you're gonna be weak as hell. Unless you put a crap ton more effort, it's a hassle. Soul Reaper are just weak unless you get Vast Rage or Visored, which have debuffs, and that's a whole nother story. Fullbringers have kept quiet, but it's just a hassle on its own. Because you're weak, you're level 1 human running around blindly, and if you die, you restart. By the way, y'all should check out my first progression video. It's called Fullbringer, and if this video actually goes crazy, I might make a part 2 about it. Anyways, and your progression is boring as hell too if you're if you're a Fullbringer. Whereas QUINCYs get cool perks such as cybernetics, of course dope abilities, and of course a route of going QUINCY car, which I promise not to mention, so that's as far as I'll go. Because that's like a whole nother story, but QUINCY cars are a really OP side path of QUINCY. Now for what I don't like about other races, I've basically meshed that in already, so that's that. But as for moves, clan abilities are very cool. For example, the Ewok clan, I made a video on it earlier. It's actually the best clan in Peroxide. That's the video title, and it literally is, due to its OP ability to dodge basically any attack for a certain period of time, making you almost immortal as your opponent dumps his Riots and perks. And as for Ishida, it's not so great, but it's still better than majority of the Bonkai reses in Peroxide. As for the Shrifts and the Volt standings, we got ourselves the Forest and Oasis Volt standings, which speak for themselves. I mean seriously, if you've ever versed an Oasis player, and he gets you into his moves called the Floodgates of Paradise, you can basically pack it up and go. Especially if it's your first time versing someone with Oasis, there's just so much going on, so much crap that it normally overwhelms people. Because I mean, if you look away or blink and you look at your HP as it shreds down rapidly, it's just crazy. As for the Forest, it's basically just an OP version of Uryu's Ransatengai, I believe that's how you pronounce it, which Uryu uses to defeat Mayuri in the Soul Reaper arc. And now if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Bleach, because why the hell are you playing an anime game if you don't know if you never watched the show? That's just weird. To add on, Forest also takes Fire Chip, so if you ever verse either of the two, just brace yourself. Literally brace yourself. Overall, what I appreciate about the QUINCY race, that I think all the other races are missing, the key element that every race lacks in Peroxide is simplicity and effectiveness. QUINCYs have the best moves, the cleanest moves, and the most effective moves. QUINCY's long-range combat style is also something to consider, but for such a simple and understandable progression, you get so much more than people who break their backs farming for a Juchen, Vasto, and Menos card, as well as Soul Reapers with Bankais. QUINCY's also got cybernetics and other cool abilities, only restricted to their race, so yeah. It's funny how QUINCYs are practically broken in any game they're introduced in. For example, like literally, what's that game that was trending recently? My mind just went blank. Right, Type Soul. Like literally in Type Soul, QUINCYs are the best. I'm pretty sure in Reaper 2 they're also crazy. By the way, y'all, Reaper 2's making a Reaper 3 game, so that's a whole other story. In fact, I made a video explaining it. Go check that one out. Anyways, on that note, I hope this video showed y'all why the Quincy race is the strongest and the most effective in Peroxide. Now again, it varies on the player, but I'd say majority of the players would probably vibe with Quincy the most. The Quincy build is pretty flexible, as it's a lot more simplified and effective than all the other races. And yeah, now aside from that, like, sub, all the proper things, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao.